It is indeed, Marcus. Thank you very much, Jeff. Well, a big smile on your face, and probably quite rightly so, I think, because that was a really good display from your team today.
I think it was a good win. I say we have played better, but there's different ways of winning games, as you know. So to get that performance after the back of a tough week, it was our third win on the trot, a tough week away from home at Bury and at Fulham, and the amount of running we had to do at Fulham, that's why we changed so many personnel, just to give ourselves a chance to move about the pitch really. But we did look tired. We looked like we had played on Tuesday. They've obviously had a free week, but I think the environment that they create amongst themselves and we try to create amongst them in training and in the dressing room, I think won that game today, because it wasn't as fluid as we would always like it going forward. I think Fleetwood had a lot of say in that, because that's the way they play the game. They've got 3 clean sheets on the trot in the league over the past 3 games, so for us to score 3 goals is great really, because our strike rate was very good today, and it needed to be honest. So.
Yeah, and you looked, for large spells, you looked comfortable, frankly, in terms of they had a bit of possession, but they weren't really hurting you with it. Defensively, that was a big step forward today, I thought.
Yeah, it was great. And it's sometimes it's convincing the lads to be patient about the ball, because everyone, the type of players we have, they want to go and get the ball back quick and early, and sometimes you can do just as good as a job and dictate the pace of the game without the ball. And like you say, in the second half especially, we frustrated them in 1 or 2 hopeful balls and played into our hands. But once they get a goal back and take the game to 2-1, like football always is, you're only around another goal's only around the corner. So I think we scored goals at important times. Ellis comes on and scores a great goal. Our subs were always going to play a big part in today's game, I think, because, like I said, there was not a lot of energy in the team, and we were always going to get worn out towards the end of the game with the weather, with the way we were playing, with the 2 games previously. So our subs made a good impact today.
Well, you probably had to make one a little bit sooner than you would have liked. I mean, talk of energy, and Stuart Sinclair sort of epitomises that. Scores a really good team goal, and then has to go off. Yeah,
he has to go off. He got a bit of a groin strain. He felt he was a bit tight within the groin area, but he felt he could carry on. But there was obviously a moment where he knew. But we did know about his injury 10 or 20 seconds before he actually realised he had to come off. So he came off. We've got Chris Lyons, who's a great player as well. So our midfield is a very strong midfield at the moment, and we needed that today, because maybe at other positions we might have been not as strong as Lyons, but Lyons is a great replacement to come on for him.
Yeah, and you look at that sort of the midfield 3 as you're playing at the moment, and you've got the 4 there who are sort of competing for spots, and others that can fill in there, and that's a real strength of the team. That it shows you how the squad's developed over the last couple of years. Yeah,
it's evolved, and that's what you have to do as a club. And I was pleased today because, not because of the 3 weeks. We were under a bit of pressure, but our last home performance, obviously the first performance away to Charlton was tough to take. The last home performance, tough to take. But the lads seem to have worked it out, in terms of how to win a game, and it's not always about winning by attacking all the time. You have to be defenders first sometimes. You have to be attackers first sometimes. And I thought our defenders wanted to defend today, and along with 1 or 2 other players that aren't generally defensive minded, I thought they wanted to defend as well. And I think that was the key really for us winning this game today, because like I say, it wasn't a game where we're always on the attack today and we're peppering their goal. Our strike rate was good when our chances came along, and that was important as well.
And it was a defender that had picked up the man of the match award and provided a couple of assists, which you don't often get from right back. But I thought Joe did a good job of getting forward and doing the defensive work.
You haven't seen Dan Ledbetter play, have you? We do get a lot of assists from our fullbacks. That's how we attack. Generally our crosses come in from fullbacks, and just nice for Joe to get a couple, because I think, well, I know Lee Brown's our top assist on 5 assists so far, so he's the other fullback. So I'm sure Joe won't be far behind him. Yeah,
but he's been a bit, ever since he arrived from in January, a bit stop-start for him. He hasn't been able to get a good run in the team, so maybe we give him a bit of confidence.
Yeah, it's great. Joe's a great lad. So for him to come into the team, the past 2 games, I know he didn't play against Fulham, but we felt he needed for him to play 3 games in a week would be tough for him to do. So as it happens, we obviously Mark Bowler proved what he can do in the Fulham game. So we have great competition at fullback. We have Dan Ledbetter, we have James Clark, who are injured at the moment, and it was lucky that those guys have got injured. But we have a lot of replacements, a bit like we do in midfield at the moment. So Joe's come in, done a great job, like you say, and he's got 2 assists today. And he, you know, depending on what we do on Tuesday, you know, those 2 games will help him with his fitness.
You mentioned Tuesday, and it's another midweek game, another one to add to it. I'm sure you're mindful of some weary legs out there.
Yeah, we are. I mean, that's the nature of the beast at the moment. You know, you're winning games, you're winning cup games, and another one comes up in a week or so's time. That's how it is, and we've got a squad to deal with that. We trust our players. Like we've said today, we've changed 5 different personnel to start the game because we know that they can do more than a good job. You know, our first 18, 20 players are strong, and that proved today. And whoever we put out against Wickham, it'd be the same case. We trust them to do a good job.
Yeah. And just finally, that transfer window isn't far from closing. Would you be happy if it's shut now? Would you rather it's shut now, or do you think you've got a bit more business to do?
I don't care about game Tuesday. I'll see what happens.
Well done today.
Thanks.